Good morning, everybody. Thank you for making it on such short notice. I know you're all very busy, so I'll do my best to keep this brief. I do believe we have some new hires in the room, so for the veterans, forgive me, but I am going to explain our situation from the ground up for those who might not be aware of the delicate nature of our situation. For those of you who don't know me, I am Dr. SD, and I am the Chief Ethics Officer of our research team here at FarmTech. The reason the ethics team and I have called this meeting today is to discuss subject 068B13 of our Simulated Life and Development Lab. Subject 068B13 is a simulated life form that we are monitoring to better understand the role that media plays in the development and possible control of the human mind. While the subject is not a real human being, the goal of the simulation in which it exists is to allot it all of the same privileges of consciousness that we partake in order to better understand how we can subliminally and explicitly use advertising to persuade our customers to engage with our pharmaceutical and lifestyle products. Now, typically this simulation runs smoothly without much error, but for the first time, we are noticing some concerning behaviors from one of the simulated lives that we oversee here. As many of our teams know, we intentionally introduce different styles of media and content over a variety of platforms into the simulated world in which these simulated consciousnesses exist. We then measure the effectiveness of different types of content and content delivery systems and are able to apply that data to real human beings to enhance our own sales record in the non-simulated world. The safety measure that we have employed to ensure that none of our simulated consciousnesses develop too far is called ASMR. Now, ASMR usually takes the form of long-form content on a platform that we designed called YouTube. On this platform, we release content that directly interacts with the part of the simulated consciousness that is programmed to be the failsafe. These videos are designed to be soothing and calming to the simulated person, keeping them in a general state of relaxation that does not necessitate self-psychological evaluation, therefore inhibiting the consciousness's ability to develop past the level of awareness that we have observed in our real-life customers. Additionally, this lack of a need for self-exploration of the mind keeps our simulations from developing to a point where they may begin to understand that they are in fact being simulated. So now that I've laid out all of the groundwork and we all understand generally the concept of what we're doing here, we can get back to subject 068B13. Now, this particular instance of simulated consciousness has begun to exhibit some alarming behaviors that our sim team recently brought to light. Subject 068B13 has begun producing his own ASMR videos and posting them to our video sharing interface, YouTube. I will now show some brief examples of what this subject has been posting, that way you can understand the type of content that we're talking about. And if you were a kitchen utensil, which one would you be? There. I think, I'll just check a little bit right there. Dynamic. Enthusiastic. Now, for those of you who may not understand why this activity is concerning, allow me to explain. It has long been speculated by our sim team here at FarmTech that if one of our simulated consciousnesses were ever to progress too far into their own identity, one of the first signs of this progression would be the creation of their own media that mimics the media that we produce to influence them. This has happened in the past, and we were able to use additional media to influence them away from these behaviors, but never before has one of our simulations begun emulating the ASMR content. The board of directors has decided to involve the ethics team on this matter because they wondered if perhaps this new development in sentience raised an ethical question should we ever need to or decide to terminate this program. We also wonder if perhaps subject 068B13 would become a danger to himself or the other simulated lives going on around him if he continues to progress and discover more of his own mind. Additionally, if he gained awareness of his situation, we were concerned that perhaps he would attempt to find a way to seek vengeance on those who have cursed him and blessed him with his existence. After hours of debate, the ethics team decided that more input was necessary in order to make a decision, so we decided to call this meeting and open the decision floor up to the entire company. We would like to have a vote. We're asking you all for your input on the matter, so here is the question. We can permit subject 068B13 to continue with his simulated life and continue to monitor the situation and attempt to influence him away from his journey of self-revelation. Or we can decide to terminate his experience on the grounds that we must take action against all threats against the company and the individuals who work for it, no matter if they exist physically or only as ones and zeros. We will now take a vote. Please cast your vote by raising your hand. Firstly, those in favor of allowing subject 068B13 to continue his existence. Thank you. And those in favor of terminating his experience. Thank you. Very well then. The decision is unanimous. Thank you everybody for attending.